The film follows Tamur, a 14-year-old boy navigating early adolescence. He lives a relatively ordinary life, spending time at school, at home, and at a local karate class. Tamur is quiet, observant, and inexperienced in relationship. Much of the film focuses on his internal state rather than external action. And the story begins at a time when Tamur is starting to experience unfamiliar emotion related to attraction, curiosity, and identity. Tamur regularly attends karate classes led by a young female teacher. She is disciplined and confident and professional. To Tamur, she represents maturity and qualities he does not yet understand but is drawn to. At first, his interest is subtle. He pays close attention to her instruction, watches her movement during demonstration, reacts strongly to praise or correction. These moments are routine for the trainer, but they take on importance for Tamur. Tamur does not express his feelings openly. Instead, the film shows his internal confusion through silence and observation. He struggles to understand whether what he feels is admiration, attraction, or something else because he lacks emotional guidance. Tamur does not know how to process this feeling. He is neither discuss them with adults or ask any questions. His confusion grows quietly. And the Tamur's older brother plays a significant role in shaping the story. He is more experienced and outwardly confident. When he becomes aware of Tamur's interest in the trainer, he attempts to guide him. The brother's advice reflects his own understanding of masculinity and relationship. Confidence is shown through the boldness, hesitation is seen as a weakness, and attraction is something to act on. While his intentions are not hostile, his guidance does not consider Tamur's age or emotional maturity. Despite his brother's encouragement, Tamur remains uncertain. He feels uncomfortable with the advice he receives, but also feels pressures to follow it. This internal tension becomes the central of the film. Tamur begins questioning himself. Is he supposed to act on his feelings? Is staying silent is a sign of immaturity, or can we trust his brother's perspective? And the film presents this conflict without commentary, allowing the audience to observe Tamur's struggle. Gradually, Tamur's behavior becomes training changes. He tries harder to stand out, he pushes himself physically, he becomes more focused on trainer than on training. And this changes does not go unnoticed. The trainer begins to sense a shift in his attitude. She responds by reinforcing structures and boundaries, maintaining a professional distance while continuing her role as an instructor. Here, the Tamur begins to misinterpret normal interaction. Instruction, correction, and encouragement are perceived as a personal attention, and this misunderstanding fuels his expectation. The trainer, however, remains consistent in her conduct. She neither encourages personal clauses or reacts emotionally to Tamur's behavior. This contrast highlights the gap between Tamur's perspective and reality. The older brother continues to push Tamur towards the action, framing hesitation as fear. He encourages him to stop overthinking and take initiative. Tamur listens but remains conflicted. To pressure to act increases even though he doesn't feel prepared. And the film emphasizes how influence, even when meant as support, can become harmful if it is ignored emotionally readiness. And here, the Tamu's internal pressure eventually leads to a situation where he attempts to express his feeling in a way that crosses an emotional boundary. And the moment is brief and restrained. There is no explicit content or dramatic confrontation. Instead, the scene focuses on discomfort and misunderstanding. And the trainer immediately distances herself and reassesses her role and limits. After the incident, the atmosphere at the karate classes changes. The trainer keep distance and Tamur become more withdrawn. And there is no public confrontation, punishment or explanation. The resolution is quiet and understanding. The Tamur feels embarrassed and confused rather than anger or resentment. And here the older brother becomes less vocal after seeing the outcome. He does not directly apologize or explain himself, but his silence suggests recognition that his advice was misguided. And the film does not portray him as an intentionally harmful, but as someone limited by his own understanding. Tamur begins pulling back emotionally. He speaks less, avoids eye contact, becomes more inward focused. And the karate class, once a place of interest and motivation, now feels uncomfortable. This withdrawal makes a shift in Thamur's emotional development. Rather than focusing on external resolution, the film centers on Thamur's internal changes. His feelings evolve from curiosity to confusion and finally to awareness. And he does not gain confidence or clarity, but rather restrained and cautious. And that's all about this movie review. And for more movie details, please check out the video description.